Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Today I'd like to discuss something with you that's very, very important. I want to touch on word usage and terminology. I think there's a lot of misinformation or confusion happening because of the way certain things are marketed. I have seen monofins being labeled a swim toy, a pool toy. That is a terrible word to use on any piece of water equipment, unless it's a Barbie or rings to toss into the water. It's like flippers, it's like water wings, it's like a helmet or goggles. It's a piece of equipment. It may be fanciful. Tell me what I say, girl. Tell me what I say, girl. It may be fanciful, it may be beautiful, it may be fun. But monofin or mermaid tail, it is definitely not a toy, and you never want to conflate the image of those two. If somebody thinks it's a toy, then they may not think it requires preparation, practice, thoughtfulness, mindfulness, because, you know, my kid can use a Barbie in the pool. What's the big deal? My child can use a Tonka truck without supervision. What's the big deal? So putting that label of a toy is very, very dangerous, and maybe part of what's causing the confusion and the upset, because people aren't seeing these things as water equipment, swim equipment. And when you're in the water, you definitely don't want to leave safety measures to a toy. And a toy doesn't sound like anything that would require safety measures. So I think it's important that if any of you monofin manufacturers are out there listening, or if any of you guys who are watching this, if you see something marketed as a toy, if you see a monofin marketed as a toy, whether it's from Amazon or Target or anywhere, if you see them use those words, write to them. Let them know that this is not a safe term, that this is not a safe word to use in marketing and manufacturing their items, because you are binding the feet together. You are using this for underwater purposes. You've got these things on your body. I wouldn't think that you would label water wings a toy either. So write to people if you see that used. Call the company and be like, look, you need to take that word off the box. It creates the image that there's no big deal with its use. Lastly, there's some suggestions I have for all of you public pool officials out there, to all of you city, county, and community districts and superintendents, all these people in charge of public pools, and even private ones, gym pools, etc., places where anybody can swim outside of a personal home. Quite honestly, if you allow flippers, if you allow water sports, there's no reason why a monofin and a mermaid tail should not be used just like any other piece of exercise equipment. They just require intelligent, thoughtful, respectful use. Perhaps, this is my suggestion, again, just my thought.
Huh. Oh, yeah, okay.
Perhaps instead of outlawing and banning mermaid tails far and wide just completely as a hard and fast rule, just like any other swim test to make sure that children and adults are competent swimmers to safely use your facilities, I would highly I would implore you to require a mermaiding test, especially in places where they have outlawed mermaid tails. There are programs that professional mermaids, I believe the Vancouver Mermaid, Courtney Mermaid has done this, other MERS throughout Canada have worked with community pools and districts to get certificates, a certification process going, so that pools can test would-be mermaid tail and monofin swimmers to make sure that they are competent, strong swimmers and aware of their surroundings so that they can mermaid safely for themselves and the others using the facilities in the community. And I think this is a fabulous idea. So perhaps instead of just banning mermaid tails wholesale, perhaps you would consider implementing a safe mermaiding certification program. And you guys can be confident in knowing that these people are thoughtful, mindful, and strong swimmers. Mermaid tails are not scary or unsafe. You just have to be smart and patient and wise. Oh, and if you are excited about wearing a mermaid tail and you're interested in going once Corona is no longer an issue and you public pools open up again, a great suggestion is to call them ahead of time to ask if they allow mermaid tails. Some do, some don't, but all it takes is picking up the phone and calling these guys to see if they do allow mermaid tails.
Hello, Ghostbusters. Yes, of course they're serious. You do? You have? No kidding.
Don't go by what, you're so-and-so you might have heard, or, oh, no, nobody in X place allows them, unless you already know for a fact that that's the case. But if there's any question, if you want to go to your local pool and don your brand new monofin and mermaid tail, call them. Because that's the only way that you'll know for a fact. And if they don't, then you've saved yourself a trip with your monofin and your tail, and you will know that you need to go look somewhere else, and then you can call ahead and find out the places that will, so that you can go have fun. That is it for me. Thank you so much for staying here, listening, and spending your time with me. I have been trying to come out with a video once a week. It may not always be that way, but with quarantine and Corona and all that stuff, I'm working hard to stay busy and stay relevant and give you guys all something fun and cool and maybe informative to watch while you're stuck at home waiting for this crazy pandemic to subside. You can also find me on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I will also leave those links in the information box below. I'm Yl'luria pretty much everywhere on Twitter, Instagram, all those things. TikTok is my jam, so if you dig TikTok, check me out there. I really enjoy different aspects of various social media, so I try to stay active in all those places. And I'm gonna shush now. I've been talking too long. Thank you guys so much. Please stay well, be happy and healthy, and don't be afraid of the water. Just like any human or other being on this earth, the water just needs our love and respect. Thanks for watching. Happy shimmies and waves of love. Something I've been... There's that little booger back. What is that? Blah, blah, blah. That part will be cut. Yeah. There's no need for... Whoop. Ooh, what can I say? Shallow magical spirits and... What's the other thing I want to say? Magical spirits and mer amigos. So don't forget, Mom.